situations. And I think being able
to join part 2 of Cal Ripken's interview at the MLB crew
of the game situations kind of leave you, and now you have some calmness to start to analyze what happened. That's the times when you can actually really start to engage what happened and learn. Dad used to always do it in the minor leagues where he would make notes on the game situation and then would talk to him the next day, so the emotions would kind of settle down and real teaching and learning could take place. You know, if you stay around the clubhouse long enough, you can accomplish the same thing. And so a core group of guys could sit down and actually then get to know each other, build some trust, and actually interpret what happened in the game.
Now, you mentioned emotions. Have you ever sat back after 14 years? It's been 14 years since you broke Lou Gehrig's record.
Wow.
Have you sat back and said to yourself, wow, this really is sinking in after such a long time?
Well, it almost seems like another time. You know, it's so long away ago, being considered the Iron Man and all that kind of stuff, and then me falling apart now, pushing my late 40s, and how hard it is to kind of be resilient and play basketball. Nonetheless, I started to think that was another time, and then have my own boy, who's 14 years old, kind of jab me a little bit about you know, not being able to play or skipping a day. It was a wonderful thing that happened. I didn't set out to break that record. I set out to play baseball. And my dad said, you know, it's your job to come to the ballpark to be ready to play. And those managers chose me, and they created that thing called the streak. But I'm very proud of it because on a team, we all rely on those guys sitting in the dugout, you know, as part of the team, and you have a challenge each and every day that you can be going good, you can be going bad, but you have to somehow figure out how you're going to meet that challenge collectively. And we rely on each other. And so the streak really was people being able to rely on you being in the lineup every day.
You know, the thing I find interesting, Cal, is a lot of people don't know how the streak started and how you even end up being shortstop in the big leagues. Can you tell a little quick story about how Earl Weaver moved you over there and how that happened?
Well, I mean, I was drafted as a shortstop pitcher. Threw hard. Everybody else wanted me to pitch. I ultimately ended up having a choice because Earl Weaver saw me hit. And so I think he always had this dream that I was going to come to the big leagues and be a shortstop. I grew a little bit. We had an injury. They moved me to third. It was a lot easier at that time to play third than it was to play short. I was a third baseman. And when I came up, I got my feet on the ground, and I started to feel like I was established a little bit. And right when I had that feeling of comfort, without any sort of warning, he put me over at shortstop. And I went over there again.
Well, tell them how you came into the ballpark and it was in the lineup card that you actually were playing as short.
I mean, yeah, really, they didn't say, what do you think about the switch? I came to the ballpark, and normally I had a 5 next to my name, which meant third base, and then there was a 6 next to my name. I thought maybe Earl might have stayed out a little too late the night before and mixed his numbers up, but they said, no, you're playing short. And right before the game started, he called me in. He says, I don't want you to do anything fancy. When the ball's hit to you, catch it, get a good grip on it, and make a good throw to first base. If he's safe at first, at least he's only on first. And then he said, now go out there and play short. You know, that was some pep talk, but I went over there and
go do it.
And I thought maybe from a short term it was just to bolster the offense. And so I'm thinking it's a temporary move. That temporary move lasted 15 years.
Special thanks to Cal Ripken Jr. and the MLB crew. Thank you very much, folks, for watching the special.